They sow seeds for the future. A generational thinker must plan at least for 4 generations ahead of him. If you read the Bible, every blessing of God, he says, is the 3rd and 4th generation. When God blesses you, it has generational consequences. In the same way, if he curses you. If we are going to take charge of the future, we have to be generational thinkers. That means that for everything you do, you have to think of the person who is coming after you. And make sure the person coming after you will not be worse off, but will be better than you are. In very, very little things that we do. If you are a generational thinker, and you even go to the restaurant to eat food, and it's a buffet, you think about the person who is coming after you, not yourself alone. So you don't clear all the food on the buffet table simply because it's available to you. A generational thinker says, by belief, the next person coming after me should not be empty. A generational thinker says, it's not just about me. I must make sure those coming after me have it easier than I had it. A generational thinker says, I want people to stand on my shoulders to go higher so that in their generation they'll be greater than me and my generation. In little ways, when you are a generational thinker, when you have used something and you are giving it to somebody else to use, you give it to the person in a better shape than you found it. A generational thinker says, if you rent a house and you are leaving the house after your rent is over, you keep the house in a good condition and you paint it so that the next tenant does not have to come and repair your problems. A generational thinker says, if you go, to use the toilet, you don't leave it messed up. You make sure you clean it. And if you met a mess there, clean it up so that the person coming after you has a toilet to use. A generational thinker says, if I use a trotro and I leave it, I have to make sure the trotro is cleaner when I'm leaving it so the next passenger doesn't come and collect the yogurt rubber that I left on the seat. A generational thinker says, if I go for a public gathering like this one and I drink water, I don't want to give a burden to the next group. I want to make sure I carry my own burden so the next generation does not start by carrying my burdens. A generational thinker is thinking about the next person on the line. I'm telling you, Africa, I'm telling you, my friends, if we want to make an impact, we have to stop just thinking about ourselves. We have to be generational. We have to invest into the future. My call on you is to be generational thinkers. If you're a generational thinker, you buy land, not just for yourself, not even for your children, but for your children's children. After you are gone, will life be easier for those who are coming after you? Those of you who are students, when you leave a school, will the school be better? Or you leave a school, and when it's time for you to leave the school and to graduate from the school, you destroy school property for the next generation to come with no tables because you broke their tables because you were happy you have graduated. You messed up the toilets because you are happy you have graduated. Those of you who go on strike and destroy property so that the next person after you will have life harder. If our generation, those who are ahead of us, had planned better for us, life would have been easier for us. We would not be fighting some of the battles we are fighting today. By this time, it would have been possible for a Ghanaian to start life at 21. It should have been easier for a Ghanaian to start marriage in a nice rented house and within 5 years of marriage buy his own house. But you and I know, but for most people, that is a dream that may never come to pass. And it's not because we don't have land and we don't have opportunity, it's because we don't have generational thinkers. Tell the person as you, be a generational thinker. A generational thinker empowers the next generation to do more and achieve better. Dropouts will have education. Drunkards will be made sober. Those with no hope will become hopeful. Lazy people will become industrious. People with no vision will become purposeful. That is what I'm demanding from you. When you leave here, you will go to your homes, be a generational thinker. You go to your office, be a generational thinker. Now everybody, let's say it together. I am a generational thinker. I sow seed for the future. I plan for 4 generations. I make life easier for those coming after me. And give yourself a clap offering, everybody.
Adeshiambra kroma dansidi fo mehwe kasemu chira awawade esumu apai mo hre nya kwa pie awonwasem nie we die bi si pen
Neat FM Neo.
Food and jobs a very nice policy. Me saka san no masaba manufacturing sector from 1957 to date, it has grow be a 1%, be a negative, 4%, 2%, and ya crack. Now, no, Kwame Nkrumah who that 1957, baby no here, CSA. Me shas na me industrialize Ghana. Nanka ko kwa de kwa ko chekwa. Gold de kwa ko chekwa. Yen refining ha ne mfanya ade. Na no nanka ne be ma Ghana enya the true independence no. Na minua ankobasa amafunu hunintam tebe sabe metaka se me Jamaica na makaze mpanyimfo manu si sumina so Africa Jimmy no a success story for the West. Say you talk on say you ne roll no ne betone a eboa mamrofo no susu economy na dey eyeye say so ya na koko ya fa metaka se me pa koko ni afa no roll ni akotone a ni agi 2 billion. Na Belgium aje no aye ni ye no afa onya 14 billion. Na US afa no aye ni ye no onya 20 billion dollars. Na etia na da bia etihiem. Enti ene na Kwame Nkrumah say we industrialize the country. And so yeah who fofi atwata industrial na ko ye no anyeye. And if you ya wo ntwetwede saa bepemne. Enti me one policy MPP abedia ba eje papa so be a support and the move one district one factory. China here came in the early 1980s. China was no country. It was a nobody's country. Now almost that you imagine almost industrialized China. Every area, the almost one area, one factory. And almost a bomb homogeny and the China are the second largest economy in the world. And Ghana, and it's not enough these days to say that you will go, they will timber and carry. We go now, timber now, all the year day, Abua woman. Then the cocoa check. Now, among four, the APA. The same thing, one district, one factory, and a shot, and Mimia, a Buaka Krama, Uja manufacturing sector. A man who minutes of 2018, it grew 9%. And this is one of the highest growth rates that sector has ever recorded. And that is so important sector, the third sector, and then a bit near catchy import. Yes, so yeah, not Amanoni BBA, Sabi, Kruabacrano, Yakofi, Webini, Yabaha. The manufacturing sector, it's me a year. Dollar not $10 na ye dimikani ye chase dollar no ye de kwa Amanoni kofa ne maba ni na to the chat. Because never do no yakofa ban ye be ha na unam e kwan papa so awo ye ne ha no. Now we create a job for your people. But the company with the amount for the beer, the obedi. When you are eating what has been produced elsewhere, you are creating jobs for them. Not them be a young for the good school, Munya na Emrantia Kama, I don't want what there's so Munya Jumanja. And to one district, one factory, a idea who here pa, na me de me bom with the group, I say MPP, say NDC, no more Bianca Santiano. Na the boni be one will be an yeni free na a man in Yajuman, 2018. I dare to through a baku boy a pan, a manufacturing sector na a man who so a man oil no so almost oil and grow papa 3.6%. But the oil impact and also boy minimum for the first time in over 2 decades. Last year we recorded positive trade surplus. Their friend trade surplus. So positive trade balance. Yeah, your best friend trade surplus. Senator, the change the year 2018 for the first time in about 20 years. Ghana and near they call Amanone Cotton, and by a Sika chain, yeah, coffee free at Amanone. The Cobata idea this year, and my city is stable. And to our city, even though depreciating, it has become fairly stable in the last few months. And Timinia, San and Chichimono, Abia, Mefan.
You now, who can say manufacturing? Akwenenemi. Manufacturing so no technically almost koshe under industry subsector. Inti ubaka say industry subsector no as a whole no performance saying and what me strictly just about manufacturing na o ka say a success story no away.
You mean me that's pa. So you can industrial sector and the secondary sector. Wo subsector say they can ya. Subsectors le bi water and sewage. Ebini mining and quarrying. Oil no and mining na near money you to me na oil ni na carbon your friend mining and quarrying subsector. And then I make us in the group near 3.6% last year. And your water, and sewage. And then we have what we call construction. Then we have manufacturing. Tisa uki ka we ni na boma and electricity production. To ka we mu ni na boma ni your friend industrial sector no. Dynamic kind of back and say manufacturing in grew over 9% na a yard because they are an entire idea, sir. Then a negative cost be a 2%, 1% net cost oh, I know in a phobia now Fatiaco and you 9 Copena make us say idea I say the one industrial sector on Kazan no problem be what baby kakra. You make a baby idea. Me what problem pa construction.
A doc, your baby can still on manufacturing honomono and now against the background of higher interest rates and possibly not so much easy access to loans inti ubusa say sa we no hindrance dia e ma ya achieve that remarkable growth our manufacturing subsector.
Okay, that is very beautiful. With what should be price when economics and for regression. Yeah, good. Only say lending rate in our can 2016. Adeba kwana nye economy how pa 2016 no. Na your interest rate, you know, yeah na your higher policy rate, and that is the rate at which the central bank lends to the commercial banks. Yeah, the policy rate, and then the prime rate it determine all interest, mother of all interest rates. Now interest rate in Ghana they never was sold to 2016. If at 2015 okay, then 27%. The whole Africa, Namibia, and Kwana, now 2016, they dropped about 25.5%. Sabra Menuka, Atiaba 16%. And the 16% in a Tiba, you know, a chebe baby, you use those figures, you know. You estimate, and they said, 10 BR interest rate, that dropped about 1 percentage point, you know. It translates into job creation, a certain number of jobs are the creation. That's what the literature says. And the literature now says, and in before Moshian Romano, am I in TSA? We interest rate a bus format, it boosts the local production. And the interest rate, you know, so for the past 3 years, you know, I dropped it from 25.5% it was in 2006 to 16%. And no effect, you know, could be one of the reasons. Now, you can't say policy rate na no kwan said and chire lending rate in here pa 2016 average bank lending rate was 34%. The 2016 one on say o bank o bosia 100 million and also afibia obetua won si 34 million 2016 but then no average lending rate na about 25%. The change answer no bank na ko bosia 100 million but afin so Ubekia said 25 million and a woman. Not as I not say, almost a high. In fact, Maminka and to just say, lending rate is very high in Ghana. I mean, upper countries where we are here, the lending rate was so per Ghana account. The no so come will be and they be Emma industrial sector and manufacturing sector no entimi enkonanim say they betimi akonanim because manufacturers no another private people no they use loans. It is okoko bobusiano zabusiano ensihu baby entimi mu wano na adwuma no entimi mfa mpuntu obi amada na eza na nipa ko woda na me na uko US say am no kase average lending rate in US and na 5.5%. It is obi wo US and okoko bobusia 100 million na afiswa say no dey come bank no for the 5.5 million dollars na come bank. But who Ghana now so 100 million na afiswa how they say 25 million. It is who yani e fie na pe no na bia banks in scanning nyina sa ko mo. Enti that break at 34 to 25 no make average lending rate no. It is still very high. It is na kufado. Call it on the bank say Oma policy rate na timi at 16% from 25.5 no. Oma ya identity no banks no so just no monte average lending rate no so bebrebe. The only na can say na ya idea say the can say me as a president there. Okay. But when you use the banks no so and your policy rate no kwa na mo show ho a omo de lending rate. Banks no they are there to make profit. Okay. Omo woni pa so me so omo tue omo ka and so omo the new rano okay so that we nyafa so we tin na dey edija okay banks no omo hwe me maybe to say Dr. ratio hello Dr. David wadaroma bank ni de yenya wo mo no mo nkonkope wo mo chief economist for emra me come say na yemra me bomodin ase metimi ebusa 4 more questions na fe na ye gente 4 more questions. First one, no, so what will be the impact on our economy if Sankitmi Hana say a manufacturing, agric, any we can say lower interest rates, any one district, one factory, no, one district, one factory, no. That no man 9 way, seeing favorably, what will be the impact on our economy? Another sensible question. Enjushemu ayaye ewolegone other places o maye wa African countries nyina no enjushemu na da di pefi se niema miensa na ma manufacturing sector and agricultural sector na ntimi tumpon especially manufacturing niema miensa no na o kan ba lending rate cost of and credit so high in Africa. Another idea ba so the cost of energy electricity board dini ekun and adwumayefo pa ekun adwumayefo cost of energy. And ade ba ko so ne taxes. Ya na taxes so adwumayefo no pa. Ndesa na ma we nyina tabo ma na ye fe cost of doing business. So cost of doing business na e wo higher. Among for business na so mu nya hwe ya. O jai. O ko ya. Eno ne offend the question no. The be me say Kofi bia adwuma, ama bia adwuma, esi bia adwuma. They can't do it alone. To mu be employ amanfo. Eno na be ma unemployment rate and then nani number bi no e be ba from. Minia, you more than every year dia na metaka over 300,000 new Ghanaians and they ready say omo pe adwuma aye. Na sanko fi about one this be employ only 5,000 of them. Enti about anwodi a wodi ya employment no and also sabaka say or for so no ho a be healthy the economy no because we be na of finance this year budget ya ye about say next year obedi 85 billion at 2020 what do 25 billion ebetia adwumayefo ka so there's about 22 will go directly into their wages and salaries na say ufani pa bebrebe adwuma mu aba adwuma na sa de no ekos rebeka ka no o tax revenue nyina wo de kwa kotua adwumayefo ka nti unye scam friendly kwa ameyare nti ana ya encourage say esa aba na adwuma is a private sector that must be encouraged to create jobs. And the sana amamu bia o ma bi oposo onyankoso bia no sa na oye o makwa me business is na da eyeye no wa create jobs na obi anya adwuma na me nia unam sa akwa no so no etimi esa na say amanfo produce more locally ya ko China enko krama yenko India enko farmer yenko Europe enko farmer and then ma e fa free at Europe be you say mo da this be say that ya na fataye say ebedie enu nti na de yare na cancer mo ne ade abuye man na me ade ba ko say wo kokra akofa sa ne me de cancer ne me brei wo ko akokra ba no wo sa de dollars na ekọ because cedi no ye di ni Ghana nko am nti say ya ntimi anyi de wan produce more na say ba say ye kokko fa free obi ma so ne ba ye be say $5 na employee na mi nam na me pe dollar akofa kokra niema wo so na ma wo pe dollar no na ma dollar no boy de aye de na cedi no so de aye bete minia cedi ni aye bete ade ba ko ha adwen pa ne se oye ya esi ya huni esa yetu ye nyusu bi do abrochire ye fa atachene ne ye de akọ ne de afa yi shape ni akotoni na obi ma so de a wa we fan no ni akofa de aba enti time bia cedi na ho odin be to chema bia no it affects prices of fuel. Now, my petrol boy, transportation. Now, obia AC. Okay. Local production. Now, a double part. Local production. Basis. Ni pop go na Juma. Obia be tia taxes. Okay. Obia tia taxes. Juma we also be tia the excise tax. No, for producing in the economy. Now, my buy tax revenue. No, ekoba na. Abai enko manone enko bobusia ene no abai ko bobusia ketekete ye bi si hu bebrebe asi hu entu be wie no na o budget no be wie no na diskani na sa ko tua ama amemo bi
yensan
this year ya ebe kwa wie asi be kwa wie na busia ya bono nti hu nko a ye tua no 18 billion enya asem ketwa nti anything na no so ye Ghana without aid no yetimi bo manufacturing sector ye agricultural sector ni first etimi ye na manufacturing sector no so very robust na etimi eto niema na agricultural sector na be ye na e ma farmers timi ediye e ma manufacturers timi diye e ma omu timi produce mo a o ma no import e be ko from etinka instead of say there ye be $3 e be akọ amanone akọkra no ase ye na emu me ye be export
anu na na pe say
ye ma do na ye ne ha no na mi ti standards a sa niema na ye kotone no wo amanone at this time instead of demanding dollar Ghana is going to supply dollar because the exporters will bring in more dollars. The dollars double on my I will see denial very stable.
Yanu me bibri me ye nya kofa tu yeso etu esi be mabo okunkunim kofa ejina ne so akora paadi kokwe hu ededa manama na ekire no ye ne adeshiamra kroma dansidi fo mehwe kasemu kira wanwade esumu apai mo hire nya kwa pie awonwasem nie we de ebi si pen ye ne Neat FM ya mamwa kwaba
Neat FM Neo.
Yanu me bibri me ye nya kofa tu yeso etu esi be mabo okunkunim kofa ejina ne so akora paadi kokwe hu ededa manama na ekire no ye ne adeshiamra kroma dansidi fo mehwe kasemu kira wanwade esumu apai mo hire nya kwa pie awonwasem nie we de ebi si pen Neat FM ya mamwa kwaba
almost 2-hour speech from the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
So I think it lays out very distinctly what we have done as a party and the capacity to take us to the transformation level that we are talking about. And I mean, it clearly for me also makes it very evident to Ghanaians that we have the type of person who can lead after Nana Akufo-Addo leads. And that's reassuring.
Which were really bad times where we all slept at the petrol station. So that's indication that, you really need to get up and talk about it, because we cannot, as a nation that deserves so much more, come to this level.
I'm working like a bull and I'm paying my taxes. The government got to work like a bull as well and make sure that my road is fixed, that I have electricity, that I have water. That is their job. It is not for me to tell the president how to fix the economy. If he didn't know how to fix the economy, why did he run for office?
Wrong is wrong. When you are wrong, I need to look in your eyes and tell you, bro, you are wrong. I will have to tell you that. It doesn't matter. That is what is killing this nation and is killing churches and killing marriages and killing relationship, because we cannot look and tell truth. Yes, it's not yes, and no, it's not no. And yet we pride that we are born again. God is a God of principle. May I tell you, he doesn't work like that. This is the time, Your Excellency, to make changes. And that changes must be to the honor and glory of God. Good morning to you, sir. This is the time to make changes. Our finance minister, who even though is a Christian, have failed miserably. And I am telling Your Excellency, with all due respect, this is the time to make drastic changes. We cannot sit here when $1 is equal to 12 CDs. 12 CDs. Somebody, and I came with a fresh grace to tell you something. Truth. A dear man is all kind of crap. But was so software, I'm telling you, you will take it. Don't you think that if I am Ghana is my private company and somebody is not delivering, I fire them, I replace them, I hire somebody else, and then we are working. This is why you 20%. Sorry, the Bible said, Satans, and then we do that very quickly. We'll be our position. No, we'll do someone. This is why we will straight away tell you, hey, you remove from position and then put somebody else there. Why can't a nation do that? And the Isaiah prophesied and said, when I say,
the best station in the capital, Neat FM.
Neat FM Neo.
Brand new.
The car no banner.
Brand new.
The car no banner.
Brand new.
The car no banner.
Brand new.
Ready. The car no banner.
Brand new.
The car no banner.
Brand new.
The car no banner.
Brand new.
Brand. The car no banner.
Brand new. Bread ye wajina kunyao. Ishiraka neat etiefo nyina. Ozioma ADAKABRI oribo baby.
The car no banner.
Yesi okwai twa asuo ena asuo twa rekwan panyin ni hwan a yebo okwai batu asuo ozioma ADAKABRI FRIMPONG MANSO wagina konya babiewu
Neat FM Neo.
There we are. Come. As a Daniel Dimo trade ampon. See nyina ya tena se na ababedru sampon so we say. Na ye hwan etimi de ho nkomo. Oman ntio. Oman ntini say ye kwan. Na se oman ntini ye kwan de a ye hwehwe se eye abusua no nyina no mubedi yie. Abusua no nyina mubedi yie. Abusua no nyina di yie a nanka yempotam nanka yiedie nso aba ho yempotam yiedie nso aba ho ma na ya de be na isanka mansini ahuduo mu no nanka yiedie so aba ho na mantam ahuduo no mu no se yiedie ba afeni ye be kan se oman mu Ghana ye nyina ye betimi adi yie ye hwehwe se be di yie ana mumiye ni yie ya pradwempa ni yemfa ntena se ni hwehwe se yiedie eba be yakwan mu na we de emu adene enkra wi ye de abramia se emrantie bia wa mo hye ntampe no mo hye no ya tutu ntampe no mu ama wo mo kire se dollar no so de ene ntampe hye ahene pa anti dollar nti ntampe so ya tutu koko wi se ye bedi yie dia na ye di yie ama na ye yie e de ama ye nyina ti ye nyina ye hwehwe se ye bedi yie na ena wi kakra meka ni nyina beba be wie se ene wukuo ahine mebusumi ne ewom yo ne de to so aduonu numo eno ne ye kafimpinu aduonu emienu ya fra me ADAKABRI Mamudu osioma na ye as usual eye mi producer panyini Kojo Damiado o hihye toato abrantie we so nyankropo atwedi ampo ne ma me wu ye no de ni jame eno ase papa mi koi hye Kojo Damiado so ma me nti Kojo Damiado panyini nie o se papa na odi afre me na woni panyini tifie na panyini ese baabi a waduru nti no se nsusuedie bi mpo na ade ba na watram Kojo Damiado to anyani tipene me 2005 getting to the end of the year and abrantie ni manante na me se me mame ho kwan Emma panyini Kojo Damiado wotimi nka nchanza papa ade we de nka aye ni sia nkeye papa ade we de wa ye na ye pa o na nsusu no nka aye ni sia nkeye se me mame ho kwan ya dia etua na esie no dia sia na esie no epiti love penso epiti love penso epiti love penso and na challenges at the new patriotic party omunya wa parliament love penso and the challenges at new patriotic party enya wa parliament ekowie say there was one man one MP Onwa timidi ne ho nyia ne ho sabi buamu ade di ho dwuma di ho dwuma etimi soku nuoma bi amma majority leader no ne hwenanim amma no man koye that one man and now this adwuma no e ba say amma mpanyini wusi wo hyiehia mrahye bedwafo wusi wo hyiehia mrahye bedwafo wo hia wo mo no wo majority leader no ohunu say na ye necessary sasa nipa na watimi facilitate no ma bi ama mu adwo wa parliament afa yi levy ho no mami invite no why MP mrahye bedwafo na koye o mo bedu atena ye no adie na Ghana mampanyino yeye Jojo sa MP no without knowing anamoni anesa MP na tuo without knowing sa anamoni anesa MP na tuo na Jojo no ana abufu ye ho consequences winim nyamra me be ka kire o manma ho consequences woni panyini tena fie no so amma kwan ami anka asam kire na de asi no one man Jojo no na di na tem udi na tem aka nsam bi kire no wo enipa mu wo ogunanim ase awie afi na monam kodwato enye yie wate ana yanya disa makwani entimi ka bibi nchirawo na uka se kwasi kwaten ode na nepe no resign uka se listras ode nepe no resign eye noma bi empanifuo bi ene butu dem MPP Council of Elders mu wahinefa mu wahine pa na mamia fa mu numum yegu mu brand na anim ase na mu nka bibi nchira president no ogu mu brand na anim ase se ni nua no yamani close IMF deal in about 3 weeks na o close a na why dey na fe odi abrayen o close a na fe no odi abrayen una pen abani say na drupa bi say a na mu ayaya every say dia wono so openkwa na ope the ono so openkwa na ope onwunu collective no ho we otina ho na nra wono omo keken kan se no omo serewo emrante kwa back benches no omo serewo no we the okeken ese no refi no ho adentina wo betena se amasa finance minister we asemunti kabe bi o manage the whole argument centers on say and the finance minister say and mama me tell say o ka sa akire wo MPs no o ka che wo MPs no minority for na dia no aka akire wo mo minority for dia no aka che aye sanction motion no ubetimi stop no omo 137 also 137 plus 1 na se omo ko na se ye the secret ballot ko ya dwuma ehọ na apenim guase na come on you are better than this come on I will can say ya na ni babi ntiase and the council of elders makama no atumu and obi antimi nka we ono na sem wo frem before akaka de yen ba se wo modin krabre wo kane no na wo majority leader me ka mo se mo mamenka na wakwa no afoko no ateateam efra ko bintie wantimi amfa mu aye bia amfa nkwankoma MPs no wantimi amfa mu aye bia nkwankoma mo and crystallize here chairman of the party wa here I ane kura so hwe yes even team ni photo kura na wajija anase ubekọ na santikata ebupra no wana wahi we dia kwala kitu we dia no osi musan kodu ya wosi musan eye kete papa na famusuo na mama party no enkasa council of elders monkasa council musaria na mutidi nkomo hanyini pa bi no afra me na me abeka je binya ndeng me ba bia matifi ndru me misi musan me na di beja me aden council of elders dia na moye Ebasa mu pam krofo no council of elders mo ankasa nyam na mudi animu ene ye pam nipa bi free mu ene mo na munie ana de we say eye den wotimi amma finance minister no wono kwa na kwa IMF wo wono kwa na kwa IMF wo etu obi anka ho bi agude me chiaw obi anka ho bi Waman kwala nkiti ya Yesu bibi no omu nyina mua was a shit na wo kan finance minister some wa mo medin o na sa mam wo din say mam medin kura mam mo bi nkai me say me say na ne wu say mam medin mo bi nkai say me ye adwuma finance ministry hey ade na asie ana manu aka to mu ni nyina ne say enipa ba ko pe wo so pen no ebetwam wo pen so de betwam and your party will remain Aden and I won't sacrifice my party no. Aden and sacrifice my party no. But no kasa and the many people fool. But no kasa and the many people fool. Kasa bang, Moji General catch an animal catch a handless no. What in the cockpit snubber be a beam, who never free a number back. And no maybe a shanabua wallpaper baby a canono. Bomb or back to one. No. And then kwalanketin kiti etimi kabi ene ne sen omi ehwe ne ye na we no nya party no kwa asem o ayo mamu ni nyina asem who is Ken Ofurata who is he what does he know beyond investment banking what does Ken Ofurata know beyond investment banking such skills say you dey try Ghana you dey solve our problem we and no investment banker Unkwe, Mkonkobusa. Finance minister na juma ya makuma kunum. Na wajidi aboso. Investment banker. Ennei. What's the investment banker? And bet me I solve problem way. Hey. Pabna do from Michiao. Pabna do for Michiao. Where your commercial banker. Atiana, where your commercial banker. Investment banker. Oh. A practical person. And then Yami Aduma, a Ukwada, a Chinayawo, Yami Maduma Mebaha, if you had a Yami Adma Mebaha. So one to an among, if you had a mecatch on Nipakura, would the Edumani Yasifa Manua, would cheer. Tajumani money boss me away, and I'll cheer as a Nipano bet me up wow. Ati Nipano, bet me up wow. Is it all about you? It should be all about Ghana. It should be all about Ghana. Ade. Na uni ya no kra no meka our principles. Thank our principles are kon ankasa. Amuna munim dia makata so. Na nkanya sa asem we de kan nwanwa ne sen. Wo sre eye na watwe miensa. No close deal no na ye den I me for say we change you minister no straight away no ye betwa bibia mu papa umianya dodo mo amotete ne cha mo nka bibi nchira no munyai otiatia mo kra mo so mo nka tamani na mo nka bibi nchira no otiatia mo so mo nka bibi nchira no adru stage a mo pa mo nansi ho na mo refer to the collective interest of Ghanaians, collective interest of IMPP. Namunka bibinchirano. Wahuna muama muntimenka. Nankanyasa. Anya no on the Timima Prosifo, Ecosi wa mine in free apakaimu. Prosifo si wa mine in free apakaimu. Episode buafu, and what yatiamo. I don't know mine in my and obedient to me cancer. Na Coco Yese. A year, mayena. Ebuba yenina. A year, mayena. Ebuba yenina. And into Obia was taking it. Nanka corner saying, and I get him big Yamaka, so also bet trauma way, and Yamasem. That's how I say. Want to bet trauma way, and Yamasem, bet trauma way, Yamana maybe sons, I said, to my way. Hey, baby, I don't know. I won't so upon you. Yes, I dear Bayano, I dear Babano, and Yadi Papa, Nemum, Yensom. Na obianka bi yenyina ye yomu to obianka bi na wo bi tete Europe wo tete Europe na wo no wo de na no betumbi na wo demo ta de na wo ka say ade na wo ka say oh hey anya personal asem ne yeko ye nyina ye collective interest but yana ono osori say ya Ghana would ensure that the wash should be at the Bemano. Ghana for Mabawa, Ghana for Mrantie. Good was saying, and I wouldn't be at the 12 year dear. On my Ghana, ever to me Ababuao. So wouldn't it be at the 12 year dear? Wouldn't it be what they did dear? Ghana, I hear it, safety net in a way. As one of the dam, the also Pebiano, Nesabeka. And into money bank. MP fuano muamuntina baby amotie na muano no ma area muano obi amusa she my demonstrate na bibia bekoye e de ama ye nyina na ye hunu ye ho ano onyankropon twedi ampon ene ye bone mpaye se waye de benea obesoye mu na we de enti uka kire wo mo no monko ja wo matiatia no ja wo mo anim guase no na yedie emra ya kwan tiase o emrantie de o kan ye no omdo omhwe anim tin omsi yo yate interview krom so omunya bio no maye din wonti wo mo ni o radio so na emo obeti wo mo kan parliament ho enne parliament wo no se majority leaders wo be kan kura kama mu bie ye no nipa sen ne bae nipa sen ne neti wo no edie ne bae edie na incidentally ASK Babi or also say Adjuasafu seat on declared vacant asia ne sign enti eye 137 + 1 Adjuasafu away adenti oh amrantiano amwamu nwani masio na kakra no maya no kra no ebi wom na emo wo titin na nim guasia ne ba na ayeta wa hyeda sɛdeɛ ɛyɛ sɔfo panyini ne kaeɛ no wo adeɛ ɛde ma no gya no sɛ somu yie na pama deɛ odi wachi no in one hole somu yie na deɛ odi wachi no pama no in one hole ɛnsɛ no ɛnyɛ adwem papa ɛno nti kakra bɛka no ɛtwentwɛn so na ɛyɛ wani soso a yɛsesa biaku yɛtete Europe wano de onim ane se wakika bichiro onim ase wakika bichiro no ye na yetim ene enim se de sitie enu nti kakra na nka sembe ni anyi go da me ene betie abna brema betie ene restaurant bakupo restaurant bakupe I want kra enu so the poshest restaurant Edipa mienu edidi 12 million 1,200 Edipa mienu meme I've got the pictures Edipa mienu didi a mobile ade beba no 1,200 na ehoso ye kama papa anato ni mo nanani mo nana mungugu aya country club I want Trasako phase 2 country club mohu Edipa mienu papa didi 1,200 wadaroma tijena Miss Panzana country club na wa kwa ubon say suwa yadu mahagaya mabi sparkling water and the bema wo na nipa mi eni go di 1,200 a mesraw woni ya beti mi nipa mi eni di 1,200 nana o fa pictures ni kira mi and until 1,200 for two. And only I don't know Nana and was 1,200 and if I'm your new DD and the business a higher man is all book said what Miyako, what you are saying, what you are saying, Nipa Mienu at 1,200 AD or wine, wine count, what you are saying, I did. Country club, Trasako phase 2, and then Juma.
Needs FM.
Qatar 2022, here we come. The Black Stars of Ghana, Sayabio, Germany 2006, Yakoi, Peace, 1-0 for the 3. Yet the commentary, Ebrel, and watching Yakwa South Africa, Brazil, kata duru so yesa ko for comment hwehwam e dia bra Peace FM Hello FM tiefo ina ankranko ne adwadifo a wo bese mo bom ade tonde hu dawro Mumra Peace FM na mo fam humbe bata World Cup 2022 kata ye di live commentary I mo hwam e ma no na yesa fa ho aton ne ma ma ye bewie World Cup no na wa ye odefo Ghana fo adwadifo mo fam ntuma mo Peace FM dia no na ye fa kata 2022 World Cup no so entoma mo se wani je hu se obefa akwanya so na wo bo ade tonde hu dawra bra Peace FM office ene ya na ye ma package a ebe ma onuoma no enso tokra
What's cool, fresh and trendy with a no look? Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you flow. Anytime, anywhere. Specialized feel different. Always think Special Ice Natural Mineral Water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Hey, catch it. Listen in here. And you ma beto to dia me baba no hwade no. Hwem so betumi a. Hey, now beka. Ya jon to ma me duku portmanteau. This way chocolate drink. Na kan wo hwe afibia so beri ni waware ni a. This way chocolate drink. Na kan sia. Asew. Udan kwanu tumu ho. Me be mo anu so hye kura dia ka ho. Uhade a wapi ho. Ukasa batete. Eda fom ho. This way chocolate drink.
Crash up a baba worry.
Aso,
ye fear said this way chocolate drink, ya sorry, no pan on yenum. Ye be chef free genome no snack. Ye nya ho ho anu ye de serve wo mo. Ye did really a pebibia bogu ya de so a. This way chocolate drink in yenum. And this one what ya no a. He se kire wom, koko wom, prick wom, bibia wom. Ade wo hia ni so se.
This way chocolate drink.
De wo hia ani so se.
FDA ahwe se adweden krato mo agya to se eye.
Utie oha exi ponkno Needs FM. Utie oha exi ponkno Needs FM.
What's cool, fresh and trendy with a no look? Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you flow. Anytime, anywhere. Specialized feel different. Always think Special Ice Natural Mineral Water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Nana masna fo twa adwon semo na nana osei agema abusua to abese no efrise ba mu wo de ne kenten krenchi abefa afia mo bosom adurada ni su ba mu wo de ne nase nsuma mbra abefa nana osei agema ajapa obon pentin kwa body dudwetre de manema enka japan na wi anasa nanso ba mu wo na yesa chade de anim afade okuafo pe owo ama ye mpanyina sa ofutufo mapa na enne waka nanu atum se de ofa bufuo no asem bia de bone ye ntabuna kasuoja nana osei agema bema kwansuro bema obidu mie onumunya amanfo se neba mu owu aboahwe na saase ya mponyina mo agege utata yema wa premprem asiebra yema o demri fadi na sebre otuo serebo otosumienu eye dwabe manhene na akosu achama eye dwabe manhema osofo Johnson eye asabi abusuapanyi ewo dwabe na ajei jedu kumani eye dwantoafo hene ewo dwabe Dr. Kofi Buaite ewo yentumi Buaite hospital ewo Kumase Mary Buaite adodo na afre no na adiya ewo dwabe Mrs. Mercy Eunice Chei eye CEO ewo Buaite and Associate Insurance Brokers and one krapumpuni mantamni mu Mrs. Charlotte Jewa Kwatin eye head of Chambers 12 Old Square ewo UK oba penyi akua sewa ajiman eye ochechire ni akona homigye mu ewo dwabe adwa echampoma adodo na efre no adwa baby eton cement ewo dwabe Dorothy sewa adodo na afre no obaya eye business woman ewo Kumasi Railways osei Buachi set adodo na afre no sama eye chechire ni ewo Asante mantamni mu ene asona abusua a amoye asabifo ewo Asante dwabe dumakwai kofodua ne nkran ede ya oni arewo ese omanfo nyina yie se amo papa amo nua bema amo ofa ene amade nyina Mr. David Nana osei agimaya na otiati asefo asasi so no na hotedi ene osei agimaya no papa atwa nananamo ensiedo na papa nya mfinhia no aduoson ensia me kire 76 years na abusua kire mu se October boso me ne de toso aduonu nkron amo be de papa ewo bama so ewo house number JB123 abesim dwabia ene wa Asante mantem ni mu amo de danu ewi amo be man so akopene krabe ewo dwaben cemetery amo be tena se ewo adubu ahe parka edo dwaben ewo Asante mantem na amo be no papa sikasa edikan ne kwasie da me kire October boso me ne de toso aduasa amo be ko papa ena ase som ewo Church of Pentecost eno ewo dwaben daman amo firi ho ba amo be tena se ewo adubu ahe park na amo be no papa sikasa etwato ema oja wona kire wondi ene didi sui Derek Osei Ajiman senior cyber security analyst ewo US Desmond Osei Ajiman geotetic engineer ewo Vision Consult Limited wo Accra Marjorie Osei Ajiman Centroni ewo Neat FM despite media wakra Gifty Osei Ajiman eni ninuanom Doreen Osei Ajiman BSN registered nurse ewo US Dolly Osei Ajiman midwife ewo Wenchi Methodist oni ninuanom Elder Yao Ajay Mensa chairman All Traders Association ewo Enkrapumpuni mantemne emu akurafo oja wo kire wondi na didi sui Joyce Veronica Fokuo kire ni ewo Methodist school eno dwaben ena Hana Upoku enso ewo dwaben abusuani abusuanka yese baabi obi awo no bi na sara nso na yi ohoi nkojankoja ne senti ebra ne so a mo ye motwi ne anye trede ne mbeja mo na mo mpra mo papa chi kura
catch list ni nie enyoma beto to dia me baba no ho ade no twem so betumi a asew na obeka ya jontuma miensa duku potomanto this way chocolate drink na kan wo hwe afibia nso beri ni waware ni a this way chocolate drink na kan sia asew udan kwanu tumu ho me be mo anu nso hye kura de aka ho wo de wapi ho o ka sa batete eda fom wo this way chocolate drink
catch obepe ya baba aware
asew
ye fi ase this way chocolate drink sorry anopa no ne yenom ye bi hye fridge nom no se snack ye nya hoho a no ne de serve wo mo ye didi wie ne ye pe bibia bogu ya de so a this way chocolate drink ne yenom and this way no ti ano a he se kire wom koko wom prick wom bibia wom ade wo hia ne so hye
this way chocolate drink
de wo hia ani so hye
FDA anhwe se adwodie nkratoe mo agye atom se eye
Utie oha FRIMPONG Needs FM
Neat 100.9 FM Shini. Now, and Wednesday, October 26, 2022. Time just about gone 30 minutes past 2. Otherwise, 2:30. Now, yenye interview by Queen Emra. Dr. Richard Amwakumba, a political science specialist. Yenuni Ninkomo. Ubekane say antics. A war. Parliamentary New Patriotic Party mu na ne poma sibre yen hwehwe Dr. Makoma emu aha Doc na what is saying good we are told 80 NPP MPs representing majority of parliamentary MPP request of the President of the Republic say unrelieve the Finance Minister Ken Ofori Atta. What do you make of that?
Oh, just the same no say me car. Cause me am aka sada da nti you know this me am penance am da. Ni asa here. The be hu say abia no ko no. Nti na me kasa. Na wa ba mu kun ntem tell me hu no na say o mo hu. Na che say papa no. Because me say me hu no. So says I nipano, you know, feel people for. Now, yeah, no thing. What do you understand? Because on the put your prayer, I am a buyer. No, boy, Juma Pan, a day no to me, you. The one now with it, it's the moment time to come into him. The course, no, a idea, Mahama, and I'll call I am. And at the center where you are calling any a man, a dinner to and a man who's one. And now, where to buy, and then another. And now, I will say, they are Koyi, your home free hospital. One. It's just a year to be near your best year. Until you quite be asking them, gentlemen, or say Koyi. And I'm more back when so. We ask her, push your crowd and rubber near their shars. And I'm going to catch her and say, I'm free. Now, some now will be another hospital. Now we are now want to. Now, doctor say, I'm more do no. Now, also keeps now the old coffee. Now, my dear, won't care. And here you, yes, coffee. Coffee as well. They don't want to application. I want to. Yeah, Bobo say her. Yeah, Boha. There's almost every I am. Now, yet, Papa. I remember that time. The next year, I will quite be some for condition. There must be about a band. A common person, you're trying to rebase. No, Tamil Mahama, no, or my that. I think say 2010. Sure. Now, rebasing on the question say debt to GDP ratio. So, what debt to GDP was wrong. That's just what the cap to be a more bosom. Now, yeah, then Mahama Sata, now, says they cost 79%. And she almost now was okay. Then first statistical service, now, Monia work here at the end. No man, no raffle. I don't want work here. The John Bacachagana for say, at the end of that GDP, I have to say that. That's in here. If I say, yeah, she can't be the Ghana cigar. When I was through and said, you may see, I'm saying 26% as I be bitter. No, say, I did fuck up my. I'm the kind who pet and a debt, a table from about them say 50, 54, 58%, something like that. The balance are 58% in the day. That's a 40% or at least 20% of bet my bubble. The empressor over 70%. And the about 58% there. That's just over 12% to be at my bubble. And then so much able. The Boha, Boha, and Yaboha, and someone rebasing on that, no correct. And your people so can wire no. It's not on the ground. That's why you say now one had kaka. Tambia was some of Guinness idea no. Yeah, see because numbers are here, Joanna. Bogus numbers. And no come home dinner. Yeah, be a numbers in Isiano. Because numbers are this start here. Then you know correct. So, and the idea to say, and to be an extra 100%. You training, calculating the young kid. Oman koya rebase no ke atanda 2017 and get try. So of course economy are spending kaka, but I expanded said the city rebase no become. And honor someone for that time because of bogus numbers and near the who check Adana in Siano. So and it's finance minister back my catcher say this year budget deficit just say Sika Babo say they are budget no. 4%. Baba Beka, I feel about Babacano, they do almost 12%. Who year economists, who years is here, now say at the end of 4%. They could do 12% there. That's just what Kumasen. That's just an Ukrainian budget to be animal. One of Woody Kanukosa. And all the other that's a Nanado can say, why, yeah, the idea way. The meat catching pot insanity. Because one year you crowd. That is the Bobo San to Unimba. Especially to know a honor we are one. Now we are finance minister. And you will say one year. So, what Bobo say now here be echo. Now we're expanding economy. No, what taxes to Kaka, Nanko, and one harm, the business no cost. That is what has brought us where we are. And Nanado Atoma can say, I saw long point of all my man, or bit my judgment. I never pray. There's so many people bit my. So you or few of us say, I'm telling you. Obi o ya de and taking 1 week who won't be woman ya so and is that someone can say eh man time no enya adia e trust musa nya no pre
na se MPC ebitimi a master carriage na omo are route to a normal through their leadership ababe ka say and they Oma Babontine because Omunya Emwaya Papa Bia free leadership no wa. What do you make of that?
Oh, just a part leadership MPs no watch it. Oh, say bit more portfolio ministers and women. So we saw the board visual just about. And to almost only the almost no backbenchers no. And there be no try to be almost doing man who almost so we are more than almost and your problem. Yeah, I'll say you yeah, good party. I'm telling you, Nanaja, J party Obeba now or no flag bearer and Oba party say, Yama on fat Baumia only be so party constitution who say woman 5 years, I won't even stand for election. And so because on Undi, yes,
as a 2000
no, no, vice president.
As a 2000
now first no supporting star Northern Regional chairman and he for some reason we bought the position for Redplay. I was there. It was paid for. The comfort kind free. Land cruisers need 2 years now. Almost about next go no. So and he just said national chairman on appointed, vice president on appointed, one aka, and also John Bodu, Kiki by the Barman Free Mono, and Aja, and also on appointed. Not just a Mipa Bakupa, while appointed in a party attack to the Omudi and Numina. That's a hijacking party. Party in the media. What I say? That is what happened. Complete capture. That's what happened. And nothing a man I hear not to say. He captured the party. Freddie B. last election. Also, better Vanama constituency. What are who now dear party in anyone another? I don't want to be done at January, but one is them. I want to be young. Galam say, Panka, Oba, Obecano, Obecano, Bobo, that one year be 1 year. I don't know, cost. Now, by Shanty region, then the moon, the air who about won't meet the air cousin. I want them. In your papa. Who can say in also want to now by Shanty region or no, I want you only was some on our own. Yes, or yes, I Shanty regional chair. I didn't say a change now or so on in the tour. And your papa, I was so distance who can crack the film. At least in this one, or so. You better not say to me, okay, this week the members over, which they have a casa. And no, I don't know what they own in the tour, Mudinko. A dear picture and a chair, just when the African you can't know say as on now didn't do dating come. We also was top of them. We can't send a near prayer on Tibun to me. What you that is a party no a go on. And to more MPs no more and the more Sempa made a Macamede.
Now, the structure of the new patriotic party, one more Council of Elders, one more national executives, one more the highest decision making group, the National Council. Why? And now Ubaka say 40 say ombetimi abwa astemo sa tied way.
They said they're in Ukraine because of how Nanado hold the party not just on Benivona who can most of them are when they're 777 in Casso BL. All your penny or party, that's 777. Why you be here? I'm family and go Kabi. One or two. Because Uncle Kaya, they investigate you. Not that here. So we are going to do we are slow. Yamna make coca. So, and we are to other cosa. Sanity.
Nah. Say Obiatwo na Kwasano. What will be left of the party at the end of that
is what is happening. So Yabeka IMF about catching and say Omaba Yenny Omaba as one more guys just want it antifi. And yet one and business as usual. I didn't know who almost all of you. And I'm not done and say no. Nanado, who your president, who call IMF. And then now said the whole count and said the Woska. Who's can call IMF? Who Coach Sodo, huh? And a $3.5 billion at the Bayer Ribu. Who go back on there's only serious. So, and then we just saw that, and then we said, so I'm interested, when I make car, and the become someone now come to do. So I'm interested, yes, yes, and I didn't hear no my so I'm interested in this kind of way. Wouldn't you so a man can born as you. And now you have a skyscraper, a friend say, skyscrapers cry. Quite who you ever see, your friend say, offensive counsel, a quite in anything. From around about it. Be a mucka, police station, be around about the now, quite echo Samalini, one 3 lanes. One can it see a cat? It's can call a crack, massive road, dual carry all the way through. I don't hear. And I'm saying, you see here, and son, I fatter. That's why the BPI election are they elections in Guinea to come.
Sesiano. Why and also say Herofurata Ukrano, ya yinua. Ufri said, or potential say, Ubeti me abe manage the finance ministry.
Oh, baby, I'm telling you, whether I'm Mr. Yes, I'm in Kago, Furata and Muslim. But yeah, there in terms of all you just come back when you end the one, that you are not only. Yeah, mom, finance minister, and you would demand and say, we risk up. Oh, heaven. Now, we have to say the yen, who share to the idea, the yen and the FS. To boss way back, no, we have a son. I come my contract, Buya, Uniscard with you. Contract on my the Panasun chapter. If I contract as a fed member. No, anything. Omo Mudi and we know, just say there's a clause in your contract to say, time be a bit of your interest on it. There's a way, Kaki. Now, one is guy, now come a contract with this. Left hand, no, or Moody and right hand. Vanity. And papa, a good minister who can me now. And it's over our pilot. Who got your man, who know to hacker, who have a copim before be a warning. Who show him what you left, what you sweet, or Timita. You know, I cock a character. And they're good financial. Now, the base my idea. I can mention one name to your friend, and I mean more than the or bet him by your papa on them and who's what you say. You see, I want to say that is the person you need. Now, for that, only any day and say, Echo, you know, Uncle Bomb, come, and they would empower. There are so many people, Yemen and American, but there are so many others. Almost to I have. And they are not there. And they are, what's your general?
Nina Emuno. Was your man is 3 weeks now can Furiata and conclude negotiations with IMF. Now, if you are making so about an answer 1 crore. And also, you know what I'm saying.
There be Anganza almost 1 crore. Oh, can I better Masuma? Okay, Yajatu. They say, resign. Time is 6. 3 weeks now, working. I'm sure so can start on Majatu. Now say, yeah, my general home, you know, no. I've been answered by a delay. No. Because me and Kase, they be a president, Lancashire, or not a president, or my coffin. The cap president now, and you almost kind of sound. If they are on one, politics now, you know. Parliament now, what to you? And you know, executive. They have the power of the press on the control the canon. Now, you see the chassis. Now, here's the president in control the Parliament in control the canon. Oma approve get no diminution. And almost what removal power. You will president one more, you will. All they have to do is go 183 votes, and you are gone. And then one can have party for any do say again negotiation. And they say, okay, Matthias. No, if we haven't gone any Ghana, Matthias, woman, that's the only reason. And one can say, I'm sure, sir, as answer. 3 weeks now, when you have one. No.
Right. Now, my Shay, this is a message from a listener, Ike, or London. I say, good afternoon, ADAKABRI. I agree with Dr. Amwakumba. The president has hijacked the party and destroying the MPP brand. It is very unfortunate and very disappointing. The time for fight back is now. How do you fight back, Dr. Makumba?
Oh, when they just fight back, because the Ukrainian president will need to me, the power is in the hands of the parliamentarians. All they have to 18 or more join the president is so. They're very simple. But the ambassador, so not just say, I am your and the ambassador, I am your Munkana and Jackania. So, we know also them what to another far, what to another other. So, only finance minister there. Money on one can do it. The process now, the president and one of the president.
Also, we impeach president now. I stated misdemeanor. And the DNA na ubeti media yen so say so was only finance minister yes you know.
In the end, you know, so the whole international can and trust one. A border, medical border, almost that they all can be a president national as they are in the end, it comes back to parliament. I want to vote to decide to say the president that we want to yin for they put and the about no will say, you know, very simple.
Now, otherwise, a very experienced politician, and then a one man, you focus. I could do say, Kenoforiato, getting to the level of obsession with Kenoforiata. Dientina, you focus on us.
So, I don't know good to say over family and friends government. That is the problem. Well, people from a can one them do. A couple president are catching that. Now, and an Ukrainian president here can rather more than can here president. I'm sure that if he left to Ken he would have resigned already. President will resign because I've said for a long time, say at many levels, you know, Obrigado around the country on the crib. And the president here, no, Gemma, then a president away. No person in your mind what you say. Maybe over whom, but one theater said it, so it is said because of for reality, President Abaya ceremonial president, no, who's all transit a policy on Namha, on Ade. The campaign you die, not a boom, your campaign is a woman. If you are president, sometimes I am. It seems an interview because Ghana Hampa Northern. Only I know about it.
But you say, finance minister, Najuma ya maku enum. Say Juma maku num no. Would you say, or no, and or control Ghana? In what way?
Oh, so the work I said that Juma enum. But the most important one, the power classic canon on the boom because that's the normal because the Mukoye no fire can say the vanity.
Because unknowing originating or in otherwise an implementing implementing role. Say what no and be a year originated see a person say now one no share my home procurement near one of the and say adie we yakwa ye situaka na wonu ahwe based on
it le dia no said adie no tito on the club die no osumo we no see 50 million ha ye 100 million ha don't I say a maestro so what you say
but the point is enya onu na generate sika no onu de ohwe sika no so ani ya direct say fa we to a fa we kwa say
anya simple sir. Yes, simple. Financial is what you man said. We are paymaster. No. Who now say that the wood here and obey ye.
We are very certain about this assertion. Other than that, we need to get the economists to come and tell us. It's our 5 rows.
That is the job of every finance minister. And that's how we are paymaster. You also should know, say, when I wouldn't say in 2 months. That bond when I was here 300 million. I was in Kotia with this year, because they do I enter the entire in the port, a big huge money in the entry. In a way, because of that function, in some ways, I have approval minister. Spending approval minister.
It is a spending approval minister. Who say you other ministries are. Woman na ebetimi aye projects. Na ya costi. Aka say ade na say. Enu nti na oba be budget ministry bia de ne bibia ebeba. Na wono de see your 10 cities are. Wono na ehwe say 10 cities no. Yemfa way 10 cities 1 city ma way. Yemfa 50 pesos ma way. Yemfa way from really no. Finance minister ne clout pa no ewen.
Okay, my example. Last time I used to go strike. And I giddy, almost go finance minister. Now, finance or your labor related, or one of your friends say, labor minister now.
Answer number finance minister no hono. Not just that there's been a warrant awaiting payment, and the finance minister, and the was share, na yetimi a payment no, and the beer on also share a resources a hard monoa. And ya dear, I obedience can be diaba.
You take a coin of finance minister catch him say nobody has told him about their situation. What I say. And you have to tell him about it, not planning ahead of time.
Because no was say what they or mono requests and I say or warrant what the shame. And the person here wants to say a dear pa the finance minister yena dwuma was say ya onye yentia ama yakwasa ahochire we mu.
Time bi oha na dwuma nso obeka chere president says can you yentimi. Onka. Because we as a ban on one kaza beka say or see a GPs no more amuntimi jam ye mo mkofu na mo metua de ye omo vis president ambre na oyo obi over obeka them slow me na me hwe numbers na enye yi you say na person ye no wa be wa that penalty okay president ambre he went along with it. He shouldn't have gone along with it. There should have been another way of doing it. That is the problem because the family and friends, the government, the president, be an area man. And the idea of you, Mr. Ramu. And only the idea of you.
It is a see, what's the way out?
Oh, and a quite everybody. Or say, working together. But no Ukraine said, Nipa no Ukraine now, they're not bus and I'll copy him, no, Nipa woman. But one to me, my father, they say they're no more long distance. And I said, the person be too clear. No, there is no confidence. There is no confidence in the president. There is no confidence in the minister of finance. And nothing or no. You could see, there is no confidence. Now, why better when you're confident? Who tried the dollar? Maybe I do. Yes, I'm Kitwa. Who did not price no cost? Who could try to say now? Now I'm trying. Also, about paper for our my phone. But not double.
Empty.
Me, I'm a Tom, I told 40 cities. I bought it for 80 cities. What do I say?
80. A year then, a whole colossus. Nanado Danko Kufuado. And ne, the spectacular say, who can see the name say, as one yard.
Yes, that's America. I am maybe perception. What I see is what I'm talking about. Oh, no, who different? That's up to him. And if not, in the ministers, no more yard, I don't see that. They be yard, and you are not a yard. Oh, yeah, and Joseph Abebrisa, who the woman, you can't read your mocha at a consumptive one, and one some baby, you can't spend over and ask them. Yeah, why the government are? You see, the most efficient government is a small government. Get the idea. I am a big. And you're down.
Aye. Dr. Makuba. Nekotomo no ankoto ne ntema mafia. Ebe free 80 so akọ 120. You was ba. Right. As a Edru bra, yehwehwe exactly what are the clear role responsibilities of a finance minister. Na yehunu na dwuma mako nnum no. Say approval master. Approval master dia. No pa de na akamu. Na yente ho ase. Na ese de ye mapusu no bebre. Na yehunu ye ho. Obetumi awasap yen on 050 600 0909 050 600 0909. And penfon so bedru on betra se eye amu ɛwɔ ha sei ɛna ɛyɛ meɛnhwɛ member of parliament for Bia East yɛde deɛ yɛhwehwɛ ne sɛ ɛyɛ finance minister anaa obi a odi finance minister no the basic responsibility ni role pa anything honorable champion yɛ mo aha na ho te san wie yi nyame adom yɛ so yɛ ho yɛ James Klucha Veggie ɛna na me penos asɛ mo mini na running over the years ɛwɔ saa deɛ wei ho a running saa deɛ wei ho a ɛne sɛ me nsanka James Klucha Veggie a yɛde wo so aban finance minister na dwuma pa anything
na nkyia asiafo ɛne akwanya wɔde ma me ɛmi sɛ obi a yɛn sɛ deɛ ebi a wɔbɛsa afrɛ the academia na wɔn nso aboa afiri in jobs no ɛde ama yɛn but sɛ deɛ menim sɛ wonim na wɔn pɛ sɛ ebi fi wɔn no ɛgya pɛ sɛ amanyɔfo yɛ anya etuka bi n'agya ankɔyɛ sɛ wɔn na waka biribiara. But the teaching in the church, you know, I say, "Oh, sir, you were mine. I run the economy." But I would say a constitution, man. Only one position, and a constitution never extended on it. Our chair say, Attorney General. After now, we be Attorney General now. That's why I'm for. That can be any one constitution, no, at the qualification, at the bar. Over chapter 13 of the Constitution, a concern for the finances of the country or the economy. But a chair said there should be a finance minister who will be responsible of the financial administration activities of the country. You see, finance minister and obey. Why can I answer? And we can even the governor Bank of Ghana. I understand your policy rate. Yes, if you try to go about another thing, he was under the finance minister, the finance ministry. And we say the governor has no locals in parliament. Want to be debate of parliament. Want to answer question of parliament. Until I tell you a governor and a Bank of Ghana, it's a finance minister and a baby. Finance minister also serve on the board of Bank of Ghana. Until she share the Bank of Ghana here, finance minister share them. Anyway, I did even financial matters in terms of revenue, a disikadaba, a expenditure. Ni national finance minister, and then the Commissioner General of Ghana Revenue Authority or report to the finance minister. And to say, I didn't think the same year, and what man we would hear. Finance minister, they in charge. When it comes to fiscal policy, a finance minister and a ministry, okay, minister, the head of the finance ministry, and then economic plan, and then economic plan, at the end. It's economy, no, the so. The BPI, the finance minister, no, and the Chinese Bank of Ghana, Kakra, the man, a policy. And so, one of the policy rate. Inflation, how to deal with inflation, or more inflation targets, and whatever, a Bank of Ghana, Juma. About fiscal side, don't have revenue, Tika. Some of us are Tika. Which are never no dear never yet a dear Chiabo Sano. Ye Chiabo Sana, a very good to Juma. But did you bear and a few way in fear way and mean in fear way and contain and phenomenon the medium and long term policies to know. Some of us are better to Kenya. Some telling you now, yes, finance minister, like Juma. It is a plan and a card. They are giving us the planning for the nation for the next 10 or 20 years. Until we now of a boss, any finance minister. Now, by the end of the day, all the MDs, Omuba here and be a kind of composite budget or budgeting. Obiara the budget here. No man spending in Eddie Abba Finance Ministry. No more I incorporated the composite budget. And meanwhile, because of that, no. Finance Minister number one feeling. I catch them say MDA. I feel we to spend it at to this level. Looking at RTF, no activities, no. Amount 200 million Ghana cedis. 300 million, 500 million, 1 billion. No, to be still in amount. No, I give you money in a composite budget. Now, consolidating in a national budget. And a finance minister, also not to be Obama presenting the national budget, our parliament, on behalf of the president. Budget, you know, and a finance minister, and a president, I have to Obama the budget. The president no one appointed the finance minister. It's the OSHA budget to be a chair. They are much the budget statement and economic policy of the government of Ghana for the year about for 2023 financial year. Presented to Parliament. Nobody did in the by the finance minister now. Of presented budget in the answer home. Another line now on the authority of His Excellency, not the President of Ghana or the answer home, President of the Republic of Ghana. In the come what I say, as such as that, a bind for union and of finance minister and the Parliament. Busia, a bind in a finance minister and the Parliament. It's a because the idea what you look at finance ministry no and the year. And then now Obakaya, senior minister, my appointment of our veteran, he will be in charge of economic side of the ministry. It's a ministry emphasis at some chief senior minister or final because because they know MANSO na wo. Na baby ha sikasem awo bia de eno de obey de obey coordinate no obo finance minister amana ye. In brief no sikasem bia kwa for se be raise revenue. Kwa for se be spend sika. Ni nyina finance minister juma. The juma ti through power here no.
Oh, ye de was pass what church mu. Enti we nyina mu no at the end of the minority group, modi that motion of censure on the finance minister, Abba.
Because economy no, year, it's a and a money could and now me no can say, I check the piano, yeah, 2 near member. I want to read Kwana and Kosro. The dear yet to Biano, in the Biano, Fango, Kwana and Kosro. Yet the Chroma Macacha said, Ghana, yet to me called bond market, and what you will send you. The China said, yeah, credit worthy. The international community is here, my will send you. Mine, they can't call Bob with here, and then, and then, my will send you. A finance minister, and no call Euro bonds, they bring home. And almost say, I'm where we send you. Mine, I say, already revenue. I will come and say, a finance minister. Mine, and about fiscal policy, revenue measures, expenditure controls, borrowing. When I said, man, a finance minister, loans are back elements in the nano. So, cabinet never approved of the ADO. Who shared the last page of the document in that? Both signed by the finance minister. The other cabinet people, or not a quite different day, that loan agreement, our cabinet. I convinced a cabinet, a cabinet, Ejitumu, and send a one-year executive approval or cabinet approval, and send a parliament for parliamentary approval to be supported by a resolution of parliament. It's not a way in Parliament. I'm sorry, on its own and could resume by payment and yet expenses, yeah. Minister of Finance, I'm approver. It is an American no, a finance ministry, a German ministry to one a finance minister. It is a Bank of Ghana at the policy rate about. They are in charge of policy. And so between a year, the fiscal side, I'm responding to the policy regime now. Bank of Ghana, they are banning. But as we speak, you can see a disconnect. One is not responding to each other. And you see how inflation is galloping. You see how policy rate is going up. You see how deteriorated our city is. Meaning one is not speaking to other. Who's in charge of fiscal policy? The one who's in charge of fiscal policy is the finance minister. Or no, or not. You see, you're saying finance minister on resign. You can't say it's on resign. We were economic management team, no. The organization of be a finance minister that implemented. Now, when you have to worry here, let's say all the members on that team also should be sacked. They say it is all the economic management team, especially the head. Now you need new face, new brain to come in with new thinking. Because the Jawa near that well. They say, play the money meaning. We produce a time in them. But I'm not actually a German away to see it. Into what other criteria, what is the first point of call? And say I show producer. And that's ADAKABRI first. Now, I confusion with your producer. No, so anyway, no, so cool.
Enti sesi ya no saa motion no mo yenden
na me ya doma bintiti mo tere by Friday e me advertising motion no e advertising motion na so say o ka 82 na e wo processor e te u follow enti be follow all the processes e be ma minister na so akwenya amana ba be yina no. Now, one go for 80, more than 80 ministers can person be show face. You know, can come some the omaka. 80 or my ready say o ma be support. The nyam motion in there it will second day. You be debate motion no. You know na kwenya amana ba be yina no. Onye yina no nya o pass a resolution. And we need not less than the majority of members. The nya to test in there. The president has no discretion. And I'm in fact. Now the power is with Parliament. It is a young party resolution in here. A manager says either the minister will resign or he will be sacked by the president. There's no discretionary power here to be exercised. We can't take it to no could be very clear.
Enti ni nyina emu no sign actually processes here. Said there may be a timer under the motion on censure. Say after the fate of the minister will be in the hands of Parliament.
But my repeat your question.
Say at the at a point the minister's fate may be in the hands of parliamentarians. I want to see Tim Kakracheng.
And all the shot to get 82, then shot Treno. Treno saying the motion shall be debated in Parliament within 14 days after the receipt by the Speaker of the notice for the motion. 4. The Minister of State, in respect of whom a vote of censure is debated under clause 3 of this article, is entitled during the debate to be heard in his defense. 5. When a vote of censure is passed against a minister under this article, the president may, unless the minister resigns his office, revoke his appointment as a minister. For the avoidance of doubt, this article applies to a deputy minister as it applies to a minister of state. Minister, remember that when you said big account, oh, when you Ukraine Russia war, and you put COVID, Yes, you could document the misappropriation and the reporting. Other accounting principle also borrowing away a parliament. Support in the bonus year. Five minutes later. Minister, you won't have in every year. I'm telling you, this year, no, why resign? Then also, why resign there, except my opinion there, or unity. It's the president has got discretion, sir, with primary unity and I mean unity. To be now a deep parliament, a consider impediment. Actually, say, you invoke Article 82. I find vote of censure on the minister. And I'm say, any minister, deputy minister, so he may apply this very provision on him. And just a president appointing minister, and that's all second, and also an officer the book for was second, the energy, no appoint to wait the year trigger process or no. But I think you need to test majority. And then the minority for no, they instruct 137 no. You need to test or no. Then 80 or more from the majority side, you know, we are good to go. Until the first thing is to trigger Article 82. So the power now resides in Parliament, not the President.
See, who can ye dear? Let's just say, in effect, you know, MPs now undermine the President's authority, Anna.
I will not use those words from undermine. They are members of Parliament, elected members, of course. They represent the constituency. And their people are giving pressure on them. So the Minister of Finance is not performing. And ADAKABRI said the whole of 2022, Finance Minister only a common fund one time.
Sir?
The one year, you will 12 months to my this weekend. Government owns common fund 4.2 billion Ghana cedis. Health insurance about 2.1 billion Ghana cedis. Get fund project almost 1.something billion altogether now. With other state institutions, no. Ghana committed is more than 10 billion Ghana cedis.
Chichim Kakrebi Mai. Common fund, sources of funding, Bena, Yeditria Common Fund.
A tax revenue.
It is a tax. It's not just a tax, Nima, Onyeskan Kutria, a common fund.
And yet, tax in my the manager says, a 2 GPR transfer not less than 5% to the local assembly for development. It's a budget. Actually, I budget 3 billion this quarter, and 5%. When you 1 billion, and 5%.
Honorable Champo, your question here. What project Emrano Swaka? Emrano says, Kabia Benyabian from 5% Emma Common Fund. And on what project to say, Ubenya Sika say, every month be adobenya every quarter be adobenya sir, the projection revenue no emto moi. Ubetimi have confessed Kabia free baby fufro. Let me go to your common fund.
Yes, sir. By the end of the quarter or the period, no. All the tax revenue collected transfer not less than 5%. Projections that can get it wrong. Projection that what I would say, looking at the economic performance, when you 3 billion, when you 1 billion, so the 1 billion. Yeah, 3 billion, no one longer. There was a kind of to transfer 5%. That's the law.
And there was a kind of a normal Numia finance minister. Ebini say adwumayefo akatua obehwe watua ebini say ye loans ye dedeka obehwe na ye asset falls due no obehwe na watimi atua ebini statutory payments obehwe na atimi akọ enti in order of priority say obehia 10 cities eno de ayeni nyina na say de 4 cities na ba say in order of preference no said the Mia no obey. Dan say you be also formula no. That the 4 cities number. The empo ya ring fence, adesso ya ring fence yo. But to suggest as if ya ring fence. The 4 cities never ya 5% ever go common fund. I didn't know the I didn't know I'm me pay James Abeji. I didn't know the Monshas Yim Kase, young ring fancy certain monies. He said NHIS levy. Says a nyamba, we need to me say, what me apply no elsewhere. I was say, what the Kokoma NHIS for no.
The same you know what kind of reference in a quite different form. And discussion I am. So I cannot satisfy payment. A constitutional impediment. So catch him say move that one switching the attention there. You need some common. And just find out what kind of and manage show. Double so much one. What did you secretary me forecast? I'm not sure say. We may go to pure water, make your tax. Because I did be a fish of beer and then almost in for good years and worker or more beer. What are they like you? No, my I record. Then here, if I say who tax a month for 3 years, I don't say them about. If you don't take no, I'm running say 75%. So what was you here? What was you here? No, you were dead to stability report out here. What you was saying? No, you can't possibly care about it. You cannot borrow in a vacuum. You plan before you borrow. Either the money will pay for itself, or you have other revenue sources. How do you here? If you want to deny, then the two constitution people or minor. That's your thing. We just kept here, you have revenue. And then the only revenue power of the account. That's 5%. It's ADAKABRI. Oh, catch them say, you must have a player for you. And you two constitution. Never say a comedy. And yet, idea. Ningin annual commitment. Ningin annual parity. It's one who quite over budget to know say as we forecast 34 billion for 2022. Loan payment and interest. Another 23 billion. Amortization, 33 payment. What can you know, and I will say, total revenue budget now, 100 billion. Only grant now that from a tax revenue almost 80 billion Ghana cedi. All the project is going in NBA. It's here about catch them and say, we try salary, we try interest on loan, it's even interest on interest payment. Then what the statutory payment and Mracha will say to you. It's and the finance minister no. So why cannot answer? We need the answer. Now if you can't think around the box to raise the needed revenue to meet this obligation. Then get off. Let's get a new face to deal with the situation for us.
Finally, Honorable Member of Parliament for Bia, Ura Richard the Champon. Majority Leader, Assisi Sake, a year, Canoforiata, a bay suicidal for the country, to the extent to say, or no, a leading negotiation with the International Monetary Fund, no, say a Sakino, disastrous consequences, and a beba. What do you make of that?
A lame proposal, very lame. We have a catastrophe of piano. No, how we manage public financing. I don't tell America, first example, the state finance minister, not only Washington, now I tell the IMF program. Program started 10 to 16. In the middle of the meeting, you invite them and by UK. I didn't change the second. UK economy na collapse. Okay, what Steve said, Manu Suminato, can for us I don't answer here. Or mind the collapse. In economics, we call something going concern concept. A Jabiwa, a Jabibiadi. And you are not going to be doing it. There are better and qualified people in NPP who can steer the affairs of this economy.
Yo,
IMF or few more. I'm going to the rating agencies are downgrading this economy to CC. He wrote extensively on them that they don't qualify to downgrade this economy. Also, the catcher said, we'll not go to IMF today, we'll not go to IMF tomorrow. Because you have the resources, you have the men. When you have indictment on IMF, I don't care what I don't know. If I was sitting on the same table to negotiate with them, do you have the ability to meet with these people? Nipa na who didn't me. Rating agencies now right now down.
And like I said, can Ofurata the why you say or study up against the rating agencies?
Plus IMF. So we'll not go there today, we'll not go there tomorrow. I'm a deputy minister. John Kuma to be repeat to Parliament, the floor of the House. On one attack, someone is a one to call some Canada by now on such a phony.
This is most unparliamentary language. See,
I unparliamentary.
See, I want to go.
Let us small be anything.
But you know, you withdraw.
Okay, I withdraw. I know Sumano. So also could tell Muma, Chemukina, Maquasuma, could be Jumano Mamma. And the man of Quiniano to the book. We will not go to IMF today, tomorrow, or tomorrow next. So far as MPP remain as a government, they were. Yeah. Electing the president of the director general, IMF.
Our friend managing director.
Managing director. Do you have the credibility to meet with these people?
Like there's a principle to be anyhow.
Only principle. What would win my baby? It's the papa.
You can afford time for so dear men also Bangana.
Nipa bɛ 20 na bisa me film na abisi me. Me ni mfa sɛ so. We public finance na calculation is about 40%. Confidence it's about 20 to 25%. When we put the two together, it's 25. And amount 65%. Investors are running away from this economy because they don't have confidence in the management team. When the faces are up and they see new faces, it will build confidence around the economy. People have trust in the new team. Because something wait and see attitude. Many of the investors are sitting around the bench trying to see if there will be changes, new faces, to see the new approach they will bring on board. It is a new person, but no an announcement to say it will build confidence around the economy. Many people will bring their investment into this economy. You see how the city will behave. It's about speculation. These guys have messed up. You don't need to maintain them. Let's sack them. Okay. And then listen to the news. They want to see new faces with new ideas, new brains, so that they can build confidence around this economy. So can living the thing will bring more confidence into this economy.
Right. Honorable Bia Yadawasipa. Right. Richard the Champon trying to tell us a finance minister Ubi Biano, a Juma Papote. Uramu a finance person. Now what is saying?
Yamiadum
is of the NDC stock.
I won't say. I will be about the major function of the finance minister.
Yes.
I will say the finance minister is the key, one of the key organs of government. Among all the ministers, they revolve around resources. The finance minister manages the resources of the state. How actually policies which are made, because he has got a financial background and financial, he interprets it. Sometimes when we are going to contract, we go to the Attorney General to advise us on legal basis to enter the contract or not to enter. The finance minister also should be able to predict economic outcome of the nation. So whenever they are taking a particular decision like loans, investment decision, and that is the finance minister who also advise. So the Attorney General advise the government on the legal basis, but finance minister advise the government on policy and finance issues. This part is a cabinet decision.
Finance minister are not advising on policy.
Yes, when they meet cabinet, all those people in cabinet have expertise. Attorney General is in cabinet because he's a lawyer. He gives legal background.
Finance minister, no?
Yes.
Or no, or approval general.
It's an economic.
And say opina approval, and I will know. It's
a Minister of Economic and Finance and Economic Planning. And economics is a program. It entails a lot of.
Finance minister, government policy. Say, ye the sika say, akwa ye adwuma say, right? one no determine say yemfa sika say nko ana say government policy no determine sika no a ene the warrant command say onhwe na ontuaka as and when sika be better.
Me hu ne opese finance minister not only so sign check, is a technical expert in cabinet. The cabinet is here. Obi a wo table no hu one expert. Makasa lawyer na wo ho no.
Ansa na adwumayefo akatua.
Ebeba.
Yebetua no.
Yebetum no.
Anya finance minister ene ye na sede say ye de akwa akoma ne say busumi wei. I was here did 10,000 etu adwumayefo ka. Etu no adwuma ne say wo ka me akotua.
Sika no kwa ye de tu adwumayefo ka no. Adenta ban sole anon tu pay mu. Ana son sole ante so. What woman spend too much inflation bibi betumi asi.
Amwe.
So much
to bas na ye nya bo. Esa nsem we ba yesua bibi. Don't know. E ba yesua bibi. So tell say onu say me friend Dr. Adofo. Onu say me ya appointment. Say me ba be hu no. E pese ye tie ho asese. Finance minister no, wono na kase bibi mpuna na say wono de e wo say ban tua bibi. Na wono so na ban sika ni nyina be ba beto wonom. Enti wono na ehwe atuatua e ka ye dedie ni nyina. Eno nti nyo no ene be ka say yenkotua 10 wa ha. But wono de e wo say sika da wonom no, otua asat hwena e beto ni nyina.
Enye sanity. Finance minister is an economic person, a finance person. You can't just disburse money and you can't just raise revenue. Adeba kwame hu no sa finance minister or per se introduction of tax. Tax bi a wo de beba no, it's a fiscal policy. It has some influence in the economy. But either withdraw money from the citizen or allow money to flow. You know, if you want the economy to grow, you leave money. That's why UK Kwesi Kwarteng was cutting taxes so that the objective is to grow the economy, giving money for the people to spend to grow the economy, open up the economy. So it's not just like only sign government checks. You influence government economic policy. It is expected that every finance minister has economic and finance background. So when he's speaking, that they can project that by next year, the economy will grow by 5%. If you have no idea about economics, how can you project economy? You can't just say it by putting program and policies that will help you to achieve that target. It is not just like sign check. It's a finance minister way, any governor of Bank of Ghana. Someone says, Omo gu banga, unkofo juma ebe say, corporate tax mba, indirect tax mba, and go monye. And from day one, I buy when so the Negima so a finance minister to force him by say I buy printing 10 billion cities or the good economy. When you print money into the economy, you are just destroying the economy. High poor finance minister, poor leader of the economic management team, poor Bank of Ghana governor. Oh, some from me and saying here some boy the Bank of Ghana governor so yeah and go back to place are buying mengu bank no more.
Do you know of an instance John Dramani Mahama Okoyi Setekedi because of challenges facing?
Can you mention one challenge?
Has there been an instance NDC MPs demanded the sacking of Setekwe minister for be support to ye? Now woman say we you Setekwe DNA and na ade chain your market will be in a dear. So
do you know that
and a support to Setekwe against the other ministers at the cabinet table? Do you know of that?
Do you know? Yes. Do you know that Carter Setekwe exhibit? It's common with finances. It's common with finances. It's like on sorry inside check basa. Then tia no mo a person Setekwe say he can't just release money. He can't just sign. Well, you sign check and you create new regions. You have to analyze region you're creating. If I saw by returns ban on the baba abine. When you are a government, you are not just like anything. You also like a businessman. You are making business in the state. You are running the enterprise Ghana. You should be able to make revenue, make profit. Not only borrowing. Abamba is borrowing. Because of the good track record now, Yera Mahama is set up the 20. Okwa ne di amano. Omu refuse Sarah pay we wabon. And before you sign a check, there's a check na ekwa bonteno. Eden faswa baba. Look at all the check that Tepe signed has now generating revenues. He makes sure that every loan that he goes for can pay itself. And they were writing the books of the particular enterprise. Typical example of Ghana Airport. Typical example of University of Ghana Hospital. Typical example is Ghana Gas. These are investment. Typical of Ghana example is Port and Harbour. These are investment the government have made during the time that they are paying themselves. Tell me over the several billion now for the akajeno. Near in the back. The cannot jeno. Eduma Ben or the other. Says if finance minister Kenoforiata knows that when you collect loan, you should pay back. He will invest the loans in areas that they can pay themselves. But if we are turning the answer, obey the loan wage in the commission. Apart from that, he has no any program of taking loan. But have a problem of loan offers and money loan. You have to analyze and find out what this man is going to use the loan for. Has he used for? Has he used it for? Tell me one thing. He purposely decided to go and take loan for it. And he has been able to use that particular money for. That's the problem of Kenoforiata and Dr. Baumia. Dr. Baumia went and bought drone. How? What is it? How's it going to? I mean, how do you get back the money you used to buy drone? Bibi bia we are buying. They say businessmen and I say CEO and a manager. They can be a obeti. Who make sure the sense can imagine a bit me to yan hoka. Eden for swaba. Enterprise now will come, venture now will come. A bit me to yan hoka. Eden for swaba. Saban way and Sergeant and Kakana Yadinoa. They say they have rated us CCCs, you know. Okay, I understand. Now we can't go to the bond market. We didn't just enter the bond market. Certain people work for it. Yera Kufuor Yebi. Yera Rollins Yebi. Yera Messi Yebi. Yera Mahama Yebi. Before we were able to go to the bond market and say Yera Kufuor or first person or they gonna call bond market. So we can go for loans and borrow and so forth and so on. Now buy and say if you are fertile into me copium. If you are papa wa bobo sia me fidi abroso. I just want to commend the rating agencies no. So mo amamu anke yehu money. Anke code ye betia na kwa baba betua bi. It is the finance minister lack the technical know-how to manage this economy. Let alone the governor of Bank of Ghana. When Atufos was shouting, crying that the governor have printed money, they were lying, they were coming to defend it. Atufos issued a statement, he came to rebut. The government said it wasn't true. And I remember that he also came out with the indices of the new money. They look at what is happening to the economy. Because you have printed money into the economy, that's what is actually happening. It is the problem of this country is Kenoforiata, Dr. Baumia, the governor of Bank of Ghana. There's a policy that you have to run your budget, your budget without the help of Bank of Ghana. But this government is taking money from the Bank of Ghana to run its budget statement, which is very bad. There's a fiscal policy that buys you to spend a certain percentage. The government is overruling it. There's a program that, what is it called? Government can't spend above a certain threshold. The government is going beyond that threshold. But I think there's a problem in our laws. We should put the punitive measures. If you're a minister, you don't spend beyond a certain threshold, you have to go to jail. If it's a this government has been a record breaker. Now ordered the highest allocation to the France House. Among the 5 presidents, he has taken the highest allocation to the France House. He has gotten the highest presidential staffers. He has gotten the highest presidential ministers. And if Kenoforiata is a competent man, he will tell the government, Massa, if governor of Ghana, if he's a competent man, he will tell the government, the way you are hiring people, it will affect us. If the head of economic management team is a competent man, he will say, Massa, you are hiring so much, it will affect us. From when you hire, you have to pay. That's why we have something called break even. Break even, what you are receiving is enough to pay, but you can't make profit. But these people was not even going break even. I don't know, there should be another term after break even. Because you are spending more than you earn. That is what is happening today in Ghana. The incompetence, I can offer Dr. Baumia, any governor of Bank of Ghana. And the Akasa can offer Sifuma. And Mananya. What is wrong with being a minister? And they say, step down. Let Ghana be free. And let Ghana go on without you. Why are you saying crown away? You have over millions of dollars at our bank because of the loan contract and the commission that you have been taking. What else do you need?
Ma, yene political scientist, Professor Yajampu, and you can come kakra. Say a democracy, and ye depend, say majority MPs, the backbenchers, be requested as opposed to demand of the president, say on Saki, the finance minister. And now could it be said they are rather undermining the government? Professor Yajampo Yamwaha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Prof, now we are whom put a sign. Good. Did you ever imagine, since the days of you studying political science and coming to the university to teach same, said there could be a situation, a spectacle of a year more than half of a majority caucus requesting the president to sack the finance minister?
But that's it. Now, you want to anchor a check, you force the public at the class. It means that media, yeah, maybe in advance. I don't know, of the president, the president, even though it's all the same, they know. Now, we've been overly polarized on partisan now. The point where a bank was to take the rest of part, almost of and a floor part behind it. They clearly would tell me that I did it effect. Now, no, I'm a friend. And they said, the constitution, I can say, president makes me appointing the ministers if in parliament. The MPs, or more parliamentary, they look up to the executive for ministerial appointment. And this is because all steps to the appointment, there's no way or they oppose president. And another near of them member of parliament or non appointment minister, or there's no way or to oppose president. This has plagued our poor Republican democratic practice from 1992 up to now. So we see the very day in parliament after the 2020 parliamentary election. And now, it is a dance here. And my neighbor who said, near my between us. And keep in your hand parliament. Once the parliament, I hear and she will be named. There are more new things to come that will be done by this parliament. A very different. And we buy and now and said that expect that. Sir, say I'm going to die. One in an omni abandon at one as in abandon only on my need. I didn't know your pass for him, the rest of any better. If you don't so able to keep abandoned to the or more BBR or more at the offer for development. Now, I'm complaining no more yet. Majority of them, the teacher position, now, Sanya upon almost yet, so now, I buy up in here. 18, and then career ebi anka obedom ya ma ya fight na na you know publicly na clearly it has been shown that be any one to that money na be nyama so e cost ye ni ho a na sa e ko ho se yes na se di ni ahweda and say you know they have done. I commend them for what they have done, and I am calling on the leadership of the majority caucus to also stand up and be counted in playing a role to help Parliament to assert its role as a countervailing authority to the powers of the executive arm of government. And they said, that show are Obonifre no moderate fear of the president. One answer I'm the one from him, I'm the council is super of support. And you know, baby, so if you know what you see of president is, I did against it. You want if they are not maybe I need a position and nothing for. To the extent that they have constituents who are also experiencing action, I think they must rather take charge to the constituents and publicly support what the majority caucus has done, rather than being cowards and demonstrating this subservience and morbid fear of the president. They should stand up and counted among the youth and those who are of Parliament play its role in demanding accountability from the executive arm of government and in asserting its role as countervailing authority to the powers of
Prof, Adarumo, Ufri say, Omo perform heroic. Ubi so at in China, or no so at the Ufri say, Omo more or less Judas Fubi. Ma menka message na memfa Musa wasem kakra. Kwame Ntwi ewo new aplaku. I say, by clinging to the misguided belief that the removal of Kenufuriata and Edubuahin can change the current economic situation in the country, to the Apia-Kubi-led MPP parliamentary Judases, know that their stance is widely seen as a clear vindication of the MDC campaign that the current economic situation in the country is a direct result of economic mismanagement. Do they know that the opposition threatens to undermine efforts to negotiate an IMF agreement? Do they know that their conduct has seriously undermined people's confidence in the president and his government? And this could undermine years of hard work. Credible sources indicated yesterday that no constituent anywhere in Ghana had asked those Judases to betray the MPP, the president, and his government. What do you make of these sentiments?
Oh, that's a sentiment. Why wrong? What happened? Now, yes, get me just one step. And to know the but at the end of the day, what the majority want to see, is what matters. And okay, guide the change of Pocobiata at the Obaba, and not saying, and I watch. I respectfully disagree with whoever offered that. And it's just tension for my and now, and Kokua of India or Moody of Air Fat, that's just or more Ayaba, I've been no more aging to at Portolet, been no more performing as a phone. And yet, psychological belief says certain things are not things are right. If I go, once you have to say, yes, sir, you can't say British a British for finance minister, Ghana, the Equatic. You can't resign immediately as the secretary of British. You can't prime minister or not resign immediately as the secretary of British. Then when you hear and say psychology, it gets accepted and belief in the on the part of the say, this man said,
take it means that there is going to be a new person who may do things different. And look at the extent a back population, and as a citizen, at the back of a woman, without citizenry, the situation will be worse. Then you go for equity, investment, dollars is because there's no calm. On my part, there's a certain tension arising as a result of the fact that people are and people feel that obedience the moment the idea and belief psychologically oh, you're doing anything so back or by into about the body part and map people will now begin to look up to the president family and see how we are navigated through this crisis. And there's no way out of the council give any advanced crisis and come on, and they will not give the cost of resignation. But the last force, they know that what in for psychological movement, once somebody is gone, that person will come and change course. And they believe that what the course is changed. A certain course that have brought a certain hardship on people. Once it is altered, able to meet and know they calm the back for Emma, one guy, airport from Musica, one guy, or more call but not with no Omoye Boko. I say, man, a year is last week, and now what I take the politics. Nipper yet, Rankasa, Akasa, and some of the requirements. I said, or not yet, and yet, and watch, and the Boko Island, I won't believe in going to it. A kind of public, or can't I know, and then they go to answer, and you see firemen, or beer, or say, in the IMF, or not say only the IMF delegation. And then they catch it. Or beer, or the Adiano, nothing, or no deal. A back couldn't sit in a second. And just to the beer, one at the start comment, but not to give us a more for a book a for say, people are able to discern, analyze, and yeah, them pet, who's a man with any move, Namin yet. About day, people don't pet. Entry, yeah, for policy, and you put Babaka, and can you pick up one same amano? I'll be able to oh, South pay or his political guided by the principles. And I said, Uncle Becca said, when you know what the name cafe, meaning IMF, and then when the him. It's not something you want to, it's the Juma but it's like we have no principles in the way we conduct our politics. You know, all of the stuff, the person is maybe explaining to them why he made a your car something at the home on the why you did. And now he's leading. And then we are being told. So, and come on in leading what? Leading negotiate about what he doesn't believe in. I mean, what are we talking about? I'm more and loyalty necessarily. Sometimes there's loyalty, but when loyalty clashes with national interest, when there's a clash between loyalty and competence now, you don't choose loyalty, you choose competence, you choose national interest. And the racket of Riata, why Yati, were born first at the term of Madu Ten. Ghana was regarded as far as one as growing economy in the world. And that aspect, I had it. Now, among maybe I used to know, and yet investment back in techniques and a kept here. Well, and to maintain that, Yama in an own to understand because the first step here. America, the governance of an economy like Ghana is not done based on past glories. I see a ball. Now we are good. Now we captain first half of ball. Now second half for whatever reason. So we blow. So what blow? Whatever reason. Second half put me money. Now coach now back. It's understand the first half of both years, but how many second half into a trouble. That's only a coach for that.
Professor Jampo, before you go, my young say, are you able to accept pundit suggestions? Say, President, is dithering, and now say, what? To the extent to say, adia ya ene a crystallize ama MPC abegina montia beka say, yensaki finance minister. Omu di kai a petition, womo leadership, the majority leader. A request of him, say, unhabble audience with the president. Don't president said, the way no city and yet, only finance minister, no. Then, as a minority leader, no, a majority leader, for whatever reason, I call president one man won't mean fast and pebby mechanical warm. And no free say, things were getting out of hand. And yet they're not on beba, abe serve notice publicly. Ama ubia ediamu. Now, Ufri said, President, when you're briefing from all quarters, well, how would you?
Well, what's the thing? Two things. Well, when you're president, or world and near unbridled exact hour. And so they be one has to say, kind of question, Minka. They be president, they be Mr. President, they be no much. And so they be if you get somebody who can change your political text by just a stroke of a pen. Say a president here. 1992 constitution. I'm a president. All presidents in Ghana for 1992 constitution. I'm on my political consequence here. I don't know. Some people who I am going to be training him at the end. What about the access to the media? Well, which is to me. That's number one. Number two. President. But what the person and your candidate he believes in loyalty more than competence. And see, it is also possible to say, yeah, some of you, a bit more God attention to it. Nyania, Ahmed Ibrahim Erkan Iyejuma. Mr. Sir, can we say that MPC won't call person Okasa, a president, and say, yeah. We are talking about power. Won't be answered. I know I'm there to die for okay. You know they no cannot be human. But I have my own suspicions or stress the fact that there be a cousin and I feel loyal to him now. And so because cousin you know he favored loyalty and prefers to hold on to loyalty more than competence.
So you know,
very possible. Say his attention has been drawn to this, but to what Nipano is loyal to me. You know, I'll remind you.
So in all this, I find a political expediency a bit more.
Maybe a bit, yes. It is politically expedient for the president to say that cousin was to be his government will crumble. There's no way the government or the deputy president can run the country without the support of the legislative arm of government. I am a PLP. Still be a bit, and I'm sure the deal will find its way to Parliament. It will find its way to the 2023 budget. And the budget must be deliberated upon and be approved. Without approval of the budget, you can't spend, you can't do anything. Now, these MPs have served notice as a what? Budget. They will not be part of the approval process. So what will you do? It is politically expedient now. I'm told the president last night plead with them that common train na Ofuriata and be negotiating. And maybe some negotiation about what? Negotiation about what he doesn't believe in. Oh, and the MP sure say and maybe it is politically expedient for him that and Papa Super and answer Obama opinion was soon obedient anyone over to me papa no boni ayeda especially his role the first of President Ramaphosa why yippee Emma Begibi as one being now the be a here either say President and really of his post and I said the first on I said near 40 any and near beer may put it at the be soon to us.
Now, we will be a person replace a year Kenofriata now.
Someone they have the men. Oh, I never and man, never be in a GD or MPP. From 2000 election up to 2016 election. Nimwa, you catch from. You will be DD now, and we have the men. We have the men. We have the men. I don't see any man not any GD a woman. Think you know who be some say will be a very place there. Because they claim they have the men. I want to believe that people they cry they won't be to indeed. ADAKABRI, I am sure so when you be no casa behind the scene. They grumble and they complain. See, and you better to yet, Mama yet. Until Nipa get war, or more complaining. Daniel for Parliament. I want to believe that or more between identity is research. You know, I want to know when you one minute plan. That near my number one, you see, your mom mandate to govern. My off appointed ministers for some time now we come with Juma. But we say, wait, let me say, baby, all year Juma, now who are doing as an skills now, or the year Juma, let me say, a 4 year papa. No more, of course, a ministry here, or with me, I accept. If you want to say, what? Ufia, Nakwa, and if I shuffle. Now, for going to say, for you, on sir, on one more, what to me, judge as a way, baby of the could be a sign of it, and for if you are buying. We are yeah. It ensures efficiency in governance. That is it. Who be willing to me get now? Would not a kutina a kono ewo. Nia o timi niano put me in the film. Then a better. The born one born in the was on fine by governance. It's in a efficiency in governance. Eba to that equal high. I say a accountability and so but what was there? Yeah, very for back of it. Minister didn't say, hey, my young year, you better be our phone and say, it's ministers not a home. Now, say, Papa, wait here, of our minister, dear, what is time? A band of the there's no accountability, there's no sense of ethics, there's no sense there. Let us still have, okay, and serve Ghana. Because you said, once I have in the state, be anyone. Be me and answer it's an efficiency, incompetence ever. All says the same, maybe before to incompetence view. Because many of the ministers have been competent and they know that they are never going to be reshuffled. And at the back, there's one part of the and the big sadness ever. Now, big sadness, and then one year, they will work to undermine you and to embarrass you. And then, reshuffle because what? And can be 81 or me and your way. Now, reshuffle, I think if you see the petition, you have to see that. Boom. And you know, it's also more by you know, a bed, one eye has to be almost empowered. They would have taken the governance before. So they will also not be ungrateful. But I said,
right.
It is because of the failure and I'm this kind of
right.
As you said, no, I'm saying you're because which year some of us are also watching them with interest. They are an embarrassment themselves, and will call on their constituents to make sure say if you papa ni sa papa omu chano because so ejina na omu aye and say them think one na edit parliament MPP for parliamentary one penny for almost support to answer one person on Senate because almost President Akufo almost they should get out and answer they should rise up to support this movement and be counted.
Right.
With that.
Yeah, there was a Professor Yajampo. Ransford Yajampo, and I would tell finally in 91 seconds. Amu?
Me feel say near course a deepen democracy in Ghana. President Akufo is being used as an experiment. It has creating opportunity for us to use him as a tool to improve our democracy. Because of his incompetence and poor performance, we have got a balanced parliament. And a balanced parliament comes with its own challenges and its practices. And we have learned from that through this balanced parliament, Muna speaker, and yes, so vote no, Abase so vote. It also comes with these challenges. This year and so, because of this incompetence, poor administration, I'm a part of governing MPs. Out, like I say, we are not supporting the government bid of the finance minister. And it is deep in our democracy. Now, it's a cost also to the state. Before a government minister, a sitting government member will come out and say that I disagree with my people, meaning I form demo abane say you can be I'm aware cross here say they have had series of meeting with the government hoping say no and yes me fear some aban or how my person ya yesi
okay ya fast right amu of the NDC Sabri we say there DJ Foreigner ono la koko mic come dey be kofie from me ADAKABRI Mamudu Osioma anyi kwajo na me ade na dimsi abonten na 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 kwefie esusu boni chidom anyanya me kama ye deni ADAKABRI ma bankro one na ya asafo ye ko country club na ya ko spend 1200 okay